Welcome back, students. In these problems, we are again trying to multiply fractions together. I know when I multiply fractions, I'm supposed to multiply the tops, multiply the bottoms, and reduce. I also know that it's oftentimes easiest to reduce first. Now, when I work these problems, I'm going to show a lot of work. You might be able to do these problems while showing less work. What I want you to do on your homework is write the problem down, give me the final answer. You decide how much work you need to show in order to get there. Here's the work that I'm going to show. Some of you will do this work in your head. But let's rewrite this first fraction. 12x to the third, I'll write as 12x to the third. That's over y. For this fraction, I'll rewrite it as 5y on the top and 4x squared. That's 2x's in the bottom. Now let's try to reduce. I know I can reduce any top with any bottom. I notice 4 and 12. I can divide by 4 and divide by 4. I also notice there's a y on the top here and a y on the bottom here. I can cancel that y and cancel that y. There are 2x's in the bottom. I could cancel those with 2x's in the top. There's 2x's in the bottom that can cancel with 2x's in the top. Now for my final answer, well, what's left? In the top, I have 3 times x times 1 times 5 times 1. 3 times 5 is 15 times x. In the bottom, I have 1 times 1 times 1. Of course, if my denominator is 1, I don't have to write it. I can just call that 15x. Now, you might be able to do a lot of this in your head. You can probably look back here and just see that those y's cancel and that there's 3x's here. But when I cancel 2 of them, I'll only have 1 left. If you can leave this step out, all the better. Let's try number 2. I'm going to show lots of work. You decide how much work you need to show. I'm going to rewrite the first fraction. Nope, actually, I'm just going to copy the first fraction. I'll rewrite the second fraction. X squared is x times x. And 5x to the fourth is 5x to the fourth. Now let's look for things that reduce. I like to reduce before I multiply. I notice 10 and 5. Divide by 5, divide by 5. There are 2x's here that I can cancel with 2x's down here. 2x's there. Cancel 2x's there. There's also an x in this top. Any top with any bottom. I can cancel that x with one of those. All right, now what's left? In the top, 2 times 1 times 1. In the bottom, 3 times 1 times 1 times x times 1. That's a 3 and an x. You might have been able to get here quicker by noticing that this is 1 plus 2 is 3x's in the top and 4x's in the bottom. And if I let 3x's in the top cancel 3 of the x's in the bottom, I'll still have an x in the bottom. You decide if you can do that in your head or not. Here's one last example. Now what I notice about this one is that this term does not look like a fraction. So when I rewrite this problem, I'll make sure that I make this x to the third look like a fraction by putting it over 1. I'll make this x to the third look like a fraction by putting it over 1. Let's rewrite this fraction. It's negative. The top is 6x y to the third. The bottom is 24, x to the fourth, y squared. Let's do some reducing. First of all, I can reduce the 6 into 24, any top with any bottom. I'll divide by 6, divide by 6. There's an x here that can cancel one of these x's. 1x from there, 1x from there. Here's 3 more x's. I can let these 3 x's cancel these 3 x's. When things cancel completely, they become 1s. I still have 2 y's in the bottom, cancel with 2 y's in the top. 2 y's in the bottom, cancel with 2 y's in the top. All right, what's left? It's a negative times a positive. A negative times a positive is a negative. In the top, I have 1 times y times 1 times 1. In the bottom, I've got 4 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. Great. All right, you go try a few of these. I have faith in you. You can do it. I'll see you shortly.